I'm at a coffee shop with a dear friend, and we're doing the things that we love to do, like knitting and talking and reading, and I hope you get to have some time to do the things that you love to do as well, because you're learning more about Canvas. Okay, thanks a lot. Hello, everyone. This is hopefully going to be a helpful way for you to go through the rubric and make sure you have everything for your fully complete first learning module. That way you will be able to use this as a model and a template for every learning module after. Let's get started and just look at a learning module from start to finish in the linear way when you can go through the modules in Canvas. We have a title of a module. I think it's important to make it very descriptive. That way your students know what to expect, what's going to be inside of the module. Then you have the overview document. This is very important for students to see what is to be expected of them and how they're going to achieve those student learning outcomes. Also, it's important to have a little bit of a brief overview statement above. You are welcome to use some of the graphics that I have in the Commons, or you can use your own. I believe that these types of graphics can help students to be able to see what it is we want them to achieve. That way they're just not looking at, say, a busy content page with just text. Next up is some lecture type materials. Whether you are directing them to read the textbook or you have some information that you have gathered and you're putting in a content page. Now, this is a technique that is done with HTML. I can share with you if you're interested. It is actually 6 pages, and HTML magic, as I call it, makes it one content page, and that way these items are more chunked, as we like to call it, together. Again, another technique so students aren't reading and scrolling down for a very lengthy lecture. Next up, in this case, we have another part to the lecture, and it's more of a multimedia video to enhance the topic for the week. That can also be included as part of your lecture. Then we get into the other areas, such as an assignment or a quiz. In this case, this is a quiz to help students to understand what is required for the particular week. Then we have an assignment, and this is an assignment that has a rubric embedded. Please make sure you have included rubrics for all of your activities that allow you to embed a rubric, such as your assignments and your discussions. I also want to draw attention to the fact that when you are creating an assignment, and I have listed a regular assignment and authentic assignment, those can be combined into one. Now that you know what an authentic assignment assessment means, you will be able to decide how you want to handle that. In this case, I'm asking students to participate in a portfolio, an e-portfolio tool. Now, in my assignment, it's going to be very important to have an overview to let students know what this assignment is about, what they will be doing, and then instructions. I could have videos or embedded tutorials, links to other resources. And then last but not least, it's important to have some additional resources. I would like to see you set up that particular format for each of your assignments. And again, we have our embedded rubric. It's going to be important to have several ways to communicate with your students. And one of the best ways for communication for student to student and student to instructor is the discussion forums. I would like to see a very robust discussion forum besides your intro, so every learning module from here on out should have a provocative, intriguing discussion forum to keep the online community together. It'll be important whether it's at the beginning of each module for a previous anonymous survey, or perhaps you sprinkle or add this in from time to time. It's important to get some anonymous feedback from your students. Last but not least, to have that completed or end of the module content page to let your students know that they've made it. This is a checklist of things they've done, and these are additional resources that might be helpful if they want to further continue their exploration and research of the topic. Remember to use all the accessibility techniques that you have learned, such as the alt tags and descriptive web links. Be sure to include those accessibility techniques when you create your overview, your instructions, and your resource headings, that you use the heading twos and make the rest of this paragraph. I hope that you're feeling more comfortable learning about how to create the very interactive content pages. For example, if you were going to want to interact and provide a link to a different area in your class, remember you have the panel on the right hand side to bring in images, to integrate files, but also to link to other areas in your course. This helps to make these content pages not only attractive with links, but very interactive. You can also use some of these text headers. You can add them because sometimes it's nice to be able to break up the learning module, especially if you have multiple items and activities listed. Consider your students with a variety of learning style preferences, and you can't go wrong. I hope this has helped you to determine all the ingredients for a full, robust learning module. Thank you.